Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of RealTechGuy Radio. This is episode number 77. I'm Jonathan Rivera, your host, your guide, your mentor, your teacher, your friend. And today I'm mixing it up. You know it. You know I'm mixing it up because obviously this show is not going out at the regular time. Plus, I'm actually doing a video, so I'm doing a screen grab, and I have slides. So if you want to catch this, you can always go right over to the website, RealTechGuy.com, and you'll be able to see the video if you're just hearing this audio. So today I decided to mix it up, doing something a little different, and I think long overdue. I mean, it's been quite a while, and I believe I mentioned it on the last show, but I was teaching a class to about 30 real estate investors last week. And it's, I do this class once a year because I love going over there. I love getting questions and new ideas and all of that. Not to mention, I always come up with new product ideas when I'm there, which is always great. So what I've got for you today is a good strategy and a lead into the boot camp that's coming up, because that's really what this is about. It's the Internet Marketing Boot Camp that is launching. Well, we're starting the class. I don't want to call it a launch because it's really not. It's just the next class is coming up. Anyways, the Internet Marketing Boot Camp, it's a new product over at the Real Tech Guy Labs, and I'm going to give you a snippet of it right here, because one of the things that we all hear a lot about is this whole idea of SEO and how to be found, right? How to be found on search engines, I think, is the biggest problem. And it's one of the ones that I'm going to show you a cool little strategy that I've never shared, not online at least. I've never shared online before, to help you with your being found online, your search engine optimization, the stuff that you need to get more leads online, right? Get more leads, close more deals, and make more money. That's the tagline for the Internet Marketing Boot Camp, and I think we can all kind of relate to that, right? Holidays coming up and all that. So since I'm doing this webinar style, I do have a slide here just in case anybody out there doesn't know who I am. I am Jonathan Rivera. I am a real estate investor, internet marketer, geek, and you also might have heard of me over at the Real Estate Referral Group on Facebook. I created that group. I think we're up to 50. On this slide, it says 56,136 members in the community. And although that number is really impressive, the number that I find more impressive and that I think you'll find more impressive is the 3,478 real estate leads that I've generated through that Facebook page and that I've given away, which have led to many closings. As a matter of fact, 2 people came over to the group this week and had closings from those real estate leads that were given away for free at the Real Estate Referral Group. And the reason I did that, people wonder, why did you create the Real Estate Referral Group, Jonathan? And it was just a really simple idea. You guys know how I like to keep it simple. So the idea was I wanted a place where I could refer leads, because I was getting leads through pay-per-click marketing that were out of my area. And what better place to do that than Facebook? If I'm referring out a lead, I can just click a few times to the person that is looking to get that lead from me or be referred, and I can find out about them. Right? It's just that simple. It's a place to go share leads and be able to do your due diligence within 3 clicks. So, a little selfish why I created it, but now, a lot of people are benefiting from it. And the idea is just to prove to you that internet marketing really works, social media marketing really works if you have a strategy. So a couple episodes back, I talked about the 3 C's of internet marketing. That was probably around show 74. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look at that. So I'll share that in the show notes. But I talked about the 3 C's of internet marketing, and I shared that with you. And the first C is Q's. Q's is the single biggest opportunity that we have right now. And Q's are search. Q's are questions. How much is my home worth? How do I buy a foreclosure? These people that are searching for these particular answers are giving you cues on what they're interested in, right? It's just that simple. And the thing is that there's about 29 million searches per minute on Google every day. 29 million searches. So there's lots of questions going into those search engines. That's why I call that the single biggest opportunity online. Now, the only problem is that even though we do have those 29 million searches going on a minute, there are still 233 million websites out there, right? So how do you stand out from the crowd when there's 233 million websites? So let's get into this big idea of SEO. SEO, search engine optimization. This is what the nerds talk about, how you get found on search, right? And the key to SEO, really, it's so simple. The key is called keywords. That's the key to unlock the search engines. And keywords are basically strings of words that people are typing into that search bar, whether it's on Google, whether it's on iTunes, wherever they're searching, it's the words that they string together. So earlier I mentioned, how do I buy a foreclosure house? So there goes a set of keywords. Buy foreclosure, foreclosure house. Those are samples of keywords. Okay, and what you want to use to find out what people are searching for is a tool called the Google Keyword Tool. And all you have to do is go over to Google and Google it, right? That's my solution to everything. Go over to Google, put Keyword Tool, type that into the search bar, and the first thing that's going to come up is the Google Keyword Tool for Google AdWords. And that's still the first little research tool that you're going to use to find out what words people are searching for so that you can then build a strategy on how to get those people to your site. That's the point, right? You want to get them to your site. So check this out. There's 2 sides to this SEO type of game, okay? There's the search engine optimization, which is the one most people talk about. That's the stuff you do with content, and that's the tags on your site and all that kind of stuff. And then a speedier way to be found on search is search engine marketing. And that's your pay-per-clicks and banners and stuff like that. That's a quicker way to get people into your funnel. Now, what I want to do today, and this is where it gets fun, and this is where it gets interesting, and maybe even a little weird, because it will be a little weird, because what I want to do is show you a really simple strategy that I use to get better SEO, and it's called using SEM to find good SEO keywords. Because it's one thing when you're searching and you're getting those answers from the Google Keyword Tool, but it's entirely another thing when you figure out which words are getting people to take action. So at the end of the day, I think ads are useless if people aren't taking action on the offer. And that's really the core to everything that you're going to learn in the Internet Marketing Bootcamp when you join, is just getting people to take action. Okay? That's where the money's at. Or at least that's where it starts, because there's more to it than just that. But, baby steps, okay? So today I'm going to show you a really weird strategy that I've used in my real estate business and that you can use too to find out which keywords are getting the best actions. Okay, so a while back, I was doing pay-per-click marketing. Well, I mean, I still do it. I was doing pay-per-click marketing for one particular project. It's these apartments that I manage, and I wanted to get some new tenants. Anybody ever want to get some new tenants? Yeah, it's nice when you get a tenant or two. It kind of helps out with the bottom line, right? So here's the thing. I was using pay-per-click marketing, or SEM, search engine marketing. I was trying to find out which keywords were the best. So of course I started that by going into the Google AdWords keyword tool that I just told you about. They're just shared with you, and doing a little bit of research. And the cool part is when you use that tool, it gives you other variations of the same keyword. So basically it's also giving you ideas of other keywords that you can use. It also gives you global and local searches, so you see how many people worldwide are looking for words and how many people locally, which for our businesses is probably just a little bit more important. And the other thing that it shows you is the whole competition thing. If there's a lot of competition for other search engine marketers wanting to buy those keywords, then chances are they are profitable keywords. So that's just something to think about. But not always, you don't want to run head first into that, because some of those words are too competitive, and there's better ways to get action sometimes. All right, so I was using search engine marketing. I was running some ads for these apartments, and obviously my goal was to get an appointment. If I could get an appointment, I could close a deal, right? So it gets expensive. That's one of the things about search engine marketing. If you're not careful, it does get expensive. This particular campaign that I ran, and that we're using as a case study in the Internet Marketing Boot Camp, is it went over about, I think, 8 months, and it cost me right around $1,000. Yeah, I bet a couple of you out there are like, oh, $1,000, that's just too much. But here's the thing. I was obviously looking to get a new tenant, or 3 or 4. That was one goal. The other one was finding out which keywords people were clicking on most. And if you were watching this video, you'd see this, but one of the keywords that I liked was apartments for rent Titusville. It was getting good action. It was getting good click-throughs, and I found that out through my pay-per-click campaign. So not only was I looking for a tenant, I was also doing market research. So that's 2 birds, 1 stone. That's a shortcut, right? So let's move forward. Now, the campaign cost me about $1,049.61. Okay? Now, I got 1 tenant for that. So what do you think? Is that a good deal? 1 tenant? The tenant's worth $7,200, right? That's a 12-month lease at $600 a month. So the tenant is worth $7,200. So essentially, I spent $1,049.61 to get back $7,200. And when you start running the numbers, if you're a geek like me, you'll start running the numbers, and you'll end up seeing an ROI of 586%. So let me put it to you this way. If I told you, give me $1 and I'll give you 5 back, would that be cool? Of course you're going to be like, well, I don't know, how's that going to happen, this, that, the other. But essentially, that's how search engine marketing works, okay? So I put in $1, it returned $5.86. So that alone is really valuable, okay? Being able to do that, kind of important for your business. But here's the thing. Remember when I was talking about research, market research and that kind of thing? Well, at the same time, I'm figuring out which keywords got me that tenant, okay? Which were the keywords that got me that tenant? Because now I'm going to do something really backwards. You want to get backwards with me? Here's getting backwards, and that's this top secret strategy, right? So a lot of people out there, they're going to tell you, hey, do your keyword research, build your site, and optimize. And my weird little strategy is backwards. How about building your ads, see which ones convert, and then build your website around that? Okay? So find out which words work and then build your search engine optimization around that. And that's the stuff you do on your site. So first find out which words work, then build your site around them, okay? And that's where the search engine optimization comes in, and that's where this strategy is backwards. So once I ran those pay-per-click ads, and I knew I could get an ROI, and I knew which words were best, which it happened to be, for me, apartments for rent Titusville, I went and built my site around that. Okay, so if you were watching this video right now, you'd see that there's a Google search, did a Google search recently, and the site that I'm talking about, my money site for my apartments, is showing up 4th on the first page. 4th on the first page. So here's a backwards way to find out what works, make money while you're doing it, and then optimize, because search engine marketing, obviously that 1,000 was expensive, but it did get me that tenant, right? Did get me that tenant, but it also got me that valuable research on what words I should really be chasing after on my SEO strategy. Because first you got to know things work, okay? You know, I hope that made sense to you. I hope that was valuable, because I know there's some good information in there. And if you want more information like this, if you want to take your internet marketing and actually get some leads, close some deals, make more money, if you actually want that in your life, I think I can help. And that's what this is about, the Internet Marketing Bootcamp, okay? I put this together because last week when I was talking to those investors, I did a 3-hour class, and they said, well, geez, that was awesome, but we want some more. So we're going into more strategies. You guys will be able to look over my shoulder as I implement these things so that you can do them too. We're going to have group calls each week. And I believe, I don't know how many spots there are left. At this point, there's 16 spots left. And if you're interested and you want to join, all you have to do is go to RealTechGuyLabs.com/Internet Marketing Bootcamp. Again, if you want to actually use proven strategies that work, okay, see data, see things that really work to make you more money on your business, then go to RealTechGuyLabs.com/Internet Marketing Bootcamp. The next bootcamp is kicking off November 1st, which is only a couple days away. I really wasn't planning on putting this thing together, but when I was at that class and people asked me for more, I said, all right, this is the stuff you need. I'm going to put it together for you in one place, give you 24-hour access to it for one low price, because it's certainly cheaper than hiring me. To get more information, go to RealTechGuyLabs.com/Internet Marketing Bootcamp. So this has been Real Tech Guy Radio number 77. I hijacked the show with a little bit of a pitch, but I think this is useful information that's going to help you. I have it for you, and it's over at RealTechGuyLabs.com, Internet Marketing Bootcamp. Thank you for tuning in, and keep rocking just because you can.